Hey everybody, Coaching for the Soul, Thursdays at 3 has begun. I got a little sun tan today. I was up on the balcony for like 20 minutes. Woo, man, intense sun. Anyway, hello everybody. This is a 99% clairvoyant reading. If you're watching this live, hello, please announce yourself when you come into the group. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my channel. Please like my videos, and please leave a comment, even if it's just hi Bill, because YouTube will actually use the algorithms to send Coaching for the Soul around the planet to other people who need a little bit more coaching for the soul. So if you do that for me, I would appreciate that. Hello, Allison Strange. Hello, Sherry. How's it going? Hi, Karen. Welcome, 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 everybody. Yeah. I hope everybody's doing good. I'm trying to remember to do something. Hi, Haley. Hey, Kathy. How's it going? Everything's good. Good, good, good. Yeah, beautiful day in Metro Detroit today. It's 73 right now, I think, in Sterling Heights, so it's pretty cool. Gonna be cold this weekend and everything forward because winter's gonna be here. So, hey, Shannon. How you doing? Yeah, we got about 3-4 things to talk about today. We'll see how long it takes. Yeah. Yeah, put your Christmas tree lights up, or your Christmas lights up, Kathy, that's for sure. I can't do it till it's cold. Oh my gosh. Energy is freaking crazy. Tomorrow's going to be nuts. Just nuts. Yep, this week has been just, I'm going to talk about that. It's been just like off the freaking chain. Just up and down and all around. Yeah, it's been pretty amazing. Pretty wild. Pretty wild with the election and the full moon lunar eclipse, which blew me out of the freaking water. Yeah. So yeah, so we'll talk about that too. Wait a couple more minutes, see who pops on. Hey Pat, how are you? Yeah, I see that you guys, Pat is thanking me for introducing him to Crystals by Kelly on Friday night at 8:30. That him and his daughter Jamie are hooked on it now. Trust me, Lee has got probably 20 crystals already from her. They're really good priced. They're really beautiful. And she lives in Monroe, so they get here really quick. So if you want to be in on that, let me know. And I will send you the link because it's a Facebook Live. I think it's a Facebook Live. I think so. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. She's one of my friends. I met her a year ago. We're both Capricorns. Yeah, she does crystals and sells something else too, some supplements, which are kind of awesome. So yeah, so that's that. But yeah, she's pretty great. Crystals by Kelly, tomorrow night at 8:30. So the first thing we're going to talk about is, oh gosh, let me see, guys. I had to put it on my Facebook page so I would remember, because if I didn't, I would. It's been a crazy week, okay? And like I was saying before, with the lunar eclipse and the full moon and the election and the 11/11 portal tomorrow, which is going to be just crazy. Hi, Nancy. Yeah. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the election, okay? I was kind of dismayed at what Spirit had told us what was going to happen. And I was pretty upset. I was pretty ticked off. Not even from an ego stance, but from a Bill Hobart stance, right? That I'm like, okay, dude, what are you doing? Hey, Liz. So the reason that it didn't pan out the way that it did was these reasons. I got this morning, of course, in the bathroom, in the shower, right? But I was brushing my teeth. And first thing is, Nancy Pelosi will not be speaker, and she's leaving the House of Representatives because of her husband being assaulted. Okay, this is a way for her to leave. Hey, Kelly, this is a way for her to leave because she will just be there until January or so, and then she'll resign, and the governor of California will replace her with somebody else. All right, so that's going to happen in January, more than likely right after they're sworn in. That she will leave. She will leave. I don't think she's going to leave before then, from what Spirit says, but she might. Okay, but she's definitely going to leave, and it's a good end to her career. She's not walking away as speaker. She's walking away as being the minority leader in the House, okay? Spirit also says, this is very, very important, okay? Because this is what I was upset about mostly, is the fact that, that how can we go back into the House of Representatives with the Republicans in charge and it not being what he told me 2 years ago about the power thing till 2030, all right? And he said this, last hurrah, okay? And if you've seen any media at all, it has been all about that there was no red wave, okay? There's a reason for that, all right? This is their last effort, and in the next 2 years, things will shift, okay? It's their last hurrah of dysfunction, all right? Of being on the side of chaos and things like that, lying and those kinds of things. He says they don't go quietly, all right? And he can't believe that I wouldn't think about that. Well, when you tell me something, I believe you. So, so we may have a year and a half of just pure chaos, but they will lose again. Democrats will win the presidency again in 2024, okay? And everything should be good by then. And they will have shifted also. That's what he's telling me, all right? So I was pretty pissed off. I was pretty upset for probably 3 days where I couldn't sleep, with the energy also, with the full moon lunar eclipse and things like that. Things were heavy. They were really heavy on my heart. And so when I got that message this morning, it was like, okay, I get it. I get it now. Only reason he gave it to me this morning is because I was doing this today. So, so it's interesting how things like that work for me, the way that my guides are. He could have told me, again, he could have told me on Wednesday. Could have called me on, could have told me yesterday. Could have told me, yeah. So it was a rough couple of days. With this full moon lunar eclipse, which was extremely intense. Okay, I believe that most people felt it. That they felt one of two ways. Spirit says they felt illuminated in a sense of losing their shadow. Okay, or they felt a deep feeling of anguish, a deep feeling of anger, of WTF, of not knowing. Hey, Teresa Parker, of not knowing, and the election really tied into that. Okay, that, oh my gosh, I thought we were on the way completely up, completely not having to worry about this, that they would just be defeated, and it would be defeating energy of just that they're not going to go away quietly. Okay, so this is their last hurrah, which is fine. Okay, Kathy, the president can do that through executive order. He doesn't need the Congress to approve anything like that. So don't worry about that. Okay, Spirit says that hasn't shifted that much. All right, we didn't. Again, I'm a Democrat, so we didn't lose 65 seats like they usually would have. We lost, it's 22-15. We lost 7. All right, so we didn't do bad at all for a midterm election. All right, so we'll be good. We'll be good. It won't be as traumatic as I think as my ego would lead me to believe. Okay, so tomorrow's 11/11. All right, and it's a portal every single year that is expansive. It's going to be really intense for the water signs. All right, it's going to be very intense for Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. Okay, it's going to be intense with the fact of they're wanting you to let that shit go. They're wanting you to look at your stuff and go, okay, this is what I need to do. You will also feel underwater. You'll feel like, oh my gosh, the pressure in the water is so heavy. The energy is so heavy. I love 11/11 because it is a expansive energy, the portal to the future. Okay, and it will last until 12/12 in December, right? So it lasts a month and a day. So it is something that we definitely need to read up about. Again, I was going to post some things that I found on the internet today because I was just looking for something and that popped up, which is of course the way that it goes. But it is certainly a time of growth. It is certainly a time of projection. It is certainly a time of them speeding us forward, as I've said before, right? That we have to be prepared for the jump in energy, Spirit says, because this is a portal to our future. Okay, it's a portal to our future. And Spirit says this: most of the GOP are they're muggles. Okay, so that tells you something about that. Because they will not understand 1111. The other side might not either. The Democrats might not either, but they'll kind of sort of get it. Hey, Steve. So it's super important that tomorrow, if you feel the energy of tomorrow, it's going to go, hey, Jody, it's going to go, again, it's going to go 12 hours, all right? We may start feeling it tonight, right? If you're up at 12:01, but it builds, it's been building all week. It's another reason why today's kind of a funky kind of a day, not in a bad way, but incoherently, Spirit says. Incoherently, there's a lot of fear. Again, full moon, lunar eclipse, the election, and the energy tomorrow, right? So, and it's all to get us off balance. Why do we get off balance? Because then we have to regulate our fear, he says. The fear's in our heart, right? And when we feel that fear, we have to be able to regulate it, to do what we need to do to let it go. If that's guided meditation, if that's being outside in the sun today, if that's out taking a walk today or tomorrow, right? It's going to be here, I think they said, to about 3:30, 4 o'clock before some rain or something comes in. But it's going to be really cold this weekend, which I won't mind being outside if I'm in my winter coat and maybe taking a walk if it's nice outside. I don't know. But we'll see. But it is all about being conscious of it and understanding that it is a cleansing portal, that it is okay, what is it that I need to let go of? What is it? And you may have thoughts of that. So that's when you journal on your phone, you journal in your iPad. Hey, Shelly, you journal it by hand, okay? And just automatic write what comes up. I've done that before, and it is amazingly clearing, all right? The one thing that you don't want to do is sit with it if you don't know what it is. It's about getting out and getting active, doing something to move that energy inside and outside of your body, all right? Because it's going to be intense. And it would be great if people kind of let me know, via text, how their day is, how their day is going, okay? Because I'd like to know. So for next week's show, I can kind of pinpoint how everybody was doing. Because it's going to be an amazing day tomorrow, okay? It's not going to be all bad, Spirit says. But I love 1111. And also, Steve Noble has a 1111 meditation from a couple years ago, which is still valid. The energy's still there. And I may do that tomorrow too, because I find it to be kind of calming, kind of understanding. And the reason that Spirit says that is because you change from year to year. Right? It's also going to raise your vibration tomorrow. That's what it's all about. Raising your vibration high enough and high enough and high enough to where you can understand what's coming in the future. You can understand when something comes to you, it was the 1111 portal as it comes from 1111 to 1212. All right? Because that's when we're conscious. That's when we say, aha, I thought about that. This isn't exactly what I wanted, but it's I guess that's what I'm supposed to do, what I'm supposed to say. Again, it could be a party, a meeting, a new job. Could be anything. Could be anything at all that is positive for you. All right, without you knowing it's always good for you. Okay. Kathy says she feels intensity today. Exactly. See, again, it's all building, right? It begins tonight at 12:01. Because it'll be 11:11, and it's Veterans Day too, so that's kind of a human thing. But yeah, just Google 1111 portal, and see what pops up. Okay, because you'd be surprised what pops up that they bring to you, because it's something that you're going to understand, you're going to get it, It's not gonna be something that's funky and weird that you don't really know what it means, but that's more likely what they're always gonna give you what you have to have at the time. They're still pouring concrete in the apartment complex, so it's kind of weird. Yeah, so those are the three things that we had today. So let me see if there's anything else. I thought he was gonna expound on some stuff, but he really hasn't. So let me see what else he wants to talk about. Okay, so 11:11, he says, will also, you'll think about moving. You'll think about different location. You'll think about vacation. You'll think about getting away. You'll think about any place but here. Any place but here. Yeah. So somebody wants to talk about Thanksgiving. I don't know what that is. Okay. So I don't know if I want to talk about that or not. So I'm just going to kind of ask that. I don't know. Yeah. I think I want to do that. You just said talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it. Say, Liz thinking about moving to thinking about Utah, moving to Utah. Teresa's thinking about travel. Yeah. So and the reason that they want you to do that is to get in different energy. Okay. I was talking to a person today, and she's going to Hawaii tomorrow. Okay. And this woman is lovely. She's a lovely soul. She is a lovely human being. Her name is Carol, and she absolutely writes children's books from Spirit, and absolutely my left side of my head is all lighting up. Yeah. So she's going to Hawaii tomorrow, and she was that kind of apprehensive. She was supposed to go in the spring, but because of COVID, they canceled it. And so she's going tomorrow. And she hasn't flown in a couple years because of COVID and things like that. And she's taking a big, huge boat, a liner, to each one of the islands. And they're going to have times in the islands and things like that. But she flies into Hawaii, and yeah. And so I was explaining to her that you need to go. It's new energy because she's lonely. She lives someplace on the west side of Metro Detroit, and she's there by herself. And her kids are all grown. They've all moved away. Yeah. So she's like planning all these vacations, planning all these trips. And she's a Capricorn. So she's, I said, well, I'm jealous. You know, it's wonderful that you're going. You need to go. You need to put your feet on the freaking ground. You need to freaking absorb the energy and just let everything else go. Just let everything else go. So, so Nancy's saying we looked at a house last week before it didn't happen. Well, that doesn't mean it's not going to. That a new house isn't in your future, Nancy, because Spirit's telling you that it is. Okay, it's all about new energy. It's all about new energy. Sherry's saying, are we supposed to be acting on any of the stuff coming up before the end of the year? It depends on how you feel. The answer was always yes, right? You're always supposed to act on whatever we feel, meaning you included in that, needs to be acted upon. Okay, and you have the choice. Okay, you have the choice. Because 2023 is going to be a massive upload year. It's going to be a year of nothing but progression. Is it going to be dysfunctional? Yes. And this makes it, okay, Spirit, yes. It's going to be dysfunctional as bad as it has been since 2016? No. Okay? But there's going to be uprisings, there's going to be craziness, there's going to be stupid stuff as we all move forward, and some do not. Chimes. Okay? As some act the same as they have forever, they're going to act like that forever. They're thinking nothing's going to change, revenge, impeachment, all kinds of stupid stuff. Okay? Because understanding, Spirit says, Pluto in Capricorn still. Been there since 2008. Capricorn, or Pluto in Capricorn is there Capricorn is the government. It's structure. Okay? It's law and order. Okay? And Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008, like I said, and it's coming to an end in 2024. All right? But this is one of the last hurrahs, because it goes into Aquarius for a little bit next year, to bust things open. And that's why things will change in the government. So don't worry about the Republicans being in charge of the House, because again, something's going to happen. I know what is going to happen. There's going to be people that are indicted for January 6th, okay, and insurrection and things like that. So I would just put that out there. And that, again, is the destruction of the government to fall into place and to be rebuilt. And that's what's in the process of happening. We just had 2 years of, okay, it's not too bad. Inflation comes and goes, guys. Inflation comes and goes. I'm 62, soon to be 63. I remember the 70s and the 80s with inflation. Big time. Where it was crazy, right? Just crazy. I remember the interest rates in 1978, 1979, when Jimmy Carter was president, they were 21%. Crazy. Yeah. Hey, Don. So we'll get through it. We'll get through it. Again, I've talked about this before, that everything is expensive, so we stop eating what we've always eaten. So that we change what we eat, that we eat less. Okay? That's what that's about. Again, there's all ways that they're taking care of us without even thinking that we're being taken care of. But it's our fear. Okay? It's our fear. And understanding, trying to get us to understand, and trying other people to understand that, guess what? Inflation comes and goes. Right? Will prices go back down? Trust me, they will. They will. Will you have still the selection that you had? Probably not. Because again, right? You're not buying 5 bags of chips a week. You're buying 2, right? So something's going to fall away by the wayside, and companies are going to cut those things out. See? And companies will get smaller. Companies will get smaller. But 2023 is going to be a year of growth. It's going to be a year of projection, Spirit says. Be a year of being catapulted into the future. All right? Will all of us be at the same level? No. It's not going to be the same level, because we're all in different places, right? All in different places. So some people will get stuff and some people will not get as much. All right? I hope that we move to Hawaii. I'm hoping that that's the case, because I'm ready to go. I truly am ready to go. You know, so like I told my friend Carol, I'm so jealous because I cannot wait to put my feet on the ground in Hawaii. Yeah. Just because of the energy, because of everything that comes with that, the direction my life will take. Yes. Yeah, Kathy says, interesting about Twitter and Meta. Exactly. Hey, Tracy. Trust me, as advertising dollars shrink, the high and mighty will fall. As Spirit has talked about for the last 2 years. Okay? That everybody who is extremely wealthy will start to lose, will not be as wealthy as they've been in the past. And they will continue to lose and lose and lose. From the government, taking it by taxes, or it just being taken. Yeah. And that's to pay for everything else that we have to have. Yeah. So I've talked about the government checks before. Still online, still going to come. $1,000 for every person to supplement their income every single month. Okay, that's still on track. Spirit says it's still on track. Because I asked about that and many other things after Tuesday. Like, okay, what the heck? Only I said the F word, right? What the heck? Don't understand what that is. I thought blah 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 blah. Just a small interruption. Just a small interruption. That everything is going to be fine. But it's about getting out of fear. It's about not allowing yourself to get really, really, really down. It's a time for job changes. It's a job for house changes. It's a job for location changes. It's a time, okay? Because what they're trying to do is set you up for your future. They're trying to set you up and get you out of old energy. They're trying to set you up with a launch pad, Spirit says, which is true. Which is true. What you're doing now, you may not be doing in 5 years. If you're younger, people my age, hopefully you're retired, you know. But that's what it's all about. The journey is not done, Spirit says. The journey is not done for any of us, he says. For all of us, it's not done. Saying that was Chimes. So it is about investing in ourselves. Again, 11/11 is going to be intense. It's going to be reckoning, Spirit says. So we're like, okay, what is that? Okay, so Spirit, what is that? And also, this is what's happened to me this week, as I'm having flashbacks to my 30s, 40s, and 50s. It's very interesting. Out of the blue, somebody will show up in my head. Okay, my granny Hobart has shown up twice in the past 5 days. She doesn't come ever, but for some reason, she's come twice in the last 5 days. And I've asked, and she doesn't say anything. I can hear her say my name in her cute little French accent. You know, what's interesting is that this is true, that she had arthritis really bad in her feet, where she could barely walk, and in her hands she could barely eat. And she stands upright, and her hands and feet are fine. Yes. So, but I don't know. She doesn't say anything. But Billy. Okay. I've asked Spirit. So Spirit, why is Granny here? Nothing. So I must not need to know yet. Okay. I must not need to go yet. Yeah. So Kathy says, it must be nice to see those that didn't have access to food or clothing, finally getting what they need. Exactly. That's what it's all about. Okay. Like Spirit has said, we're turning it upside down. The universe, right? Is turning the wealth of the world upside down. Okay. So don't go from the top down. It's now bottom up. Okay. And that's okay. So the way it's supposed to be for the longing future. Yes. Okay. Forever. We've been in this other third dimensional stuff for 12,000 years. And now it's being flipped upside down, Spirit says. Okay. So pay attention to tomorrow, Spirit says. Okay. Journal. Whatever you have to do. Do Steve Noble's guided meditation on the 11:11. All right. Spirit says, we want you to experience it. We want you to be fully grounded in it. We want you to not be afraid. We want you to see it as what it actually is, which is a portal to your future. And some of you may actually see the portal. Okay, may actually see the portal in your house, in the sky. It will be in your mind's eye, of course. You're not really seeing it, but then I don't know. Maybe somebody will see it. If you do, please send me a text. Okay, because that's fascinating to me. Kind of like the portal in my tree where the aliens came through in 2018, 3 different times. You know, and it hasn't done it since, which is so funny. It's so funny. It was a 2018 thing. Yeah. Yes. Allison sees flashes of lights and specks. And Allison, do you ask Spirit what they are? Because I will tell you, they're more than likely your fairies. When you see flashes of light in front of your face, around your head, whatever, it's normally your fairies, like Tinkerbell. We all have them, okay? Spirit says, I'm too serious for those because I know that they're there. But because I'm a Capricorn, my energy is, get away from me. Go on. Yeah. Past lives, he says. Past lives. Yeah. But that's normally your fairies. Okay? And say, thank you, Spirit. Thank you. If you don't want to think they're fairies. But they're fairies, usually. Yeah. And Kathy's been hearing frequencies lately. Good for you. That's an upgrade, sister. That's an upgrade. Okay? It happens to all of us. I've told y'all that that you're all going to be clairvoyant by 2030. It's an upgrade in frequencies. Okay? An upgrade in vibration. Upgrade is usually you can usually either hear it or you'll feel it or both. Liz gets clicks constantly in her ears. Yes. Have you asked Spirit what those are, Liz? If you haven't, I will tell you those are upgrades. He says they're upgrades to Liz's DNA. Yep. And Nancy hears a amount of chiming in her ears, exactly. Again, those are your angels, Nancy. Those are your angels. When you hear chimes, it is always going to be your guardian angels, your spirit guides, everyone there so that you will acknowledge, so you will acknowledge them. Yes. Yes. And again, that is just one more push into higher dimensional energy. Okay? Once you start to recognize what those are, Bailey's looking at me all of a sudden like there's all kinds of I have a lot of energy in the house at the moment, and Bailey just pulled his head out of his bed and went, because there's all kinds of cool stuff in the house. Yes, 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 yes. Teresa says, pressure in one ear, right or left? Because it's right-sided, it's going to be your guides, it's going to be spirit. Left side is normally your mediumship side. Okay, yeah. So Shelley says, I think I saw it Tuesday night, the portal was like a tunnel next to the full moon. Okay, there you go. Right. So Teresa, that's your clairvoyancy, dear. That's your connecting to your guides. Yep, connecting to your spirit guides. Yeah. That's where they come for me. That's where they come with most people. I can shift it to being here, but I like the differential. I like the fact that people who passed away come this side of my head, and on this side of my head, it is spirit. It's all my guides. It's all my, everybody there. Yeah, yeah. See, Pat says these frequencies aren't subtle. Oh no, they're not subtle. They want you. They want you to know that they're there. They want you to know and question. Say, okay, when I started doing this intensely, right, probably 5 years ago, I would get loud noises in my ears, like they were tuning a tuner. Like on your, like back in the day when there was dial-up internet, right? All those little sounds, I would get those in my ears. Okay? Like they were trying to connect, like they were trying to upgrade. I know what it was. I didn't understand I wasn't even taught the frequency thing or the vibration thing, any of those types of things. Spirit says I was running blind, which is true. Okay, I didn't understand everything that went with it, hence why I'm not in Hawaii yet, because they told me in 2018 I was moving to Hawaii. So 5 years later, still here, but I understand why, okay? Because everything has to do with vibration, and everything has to do with understanding the portals and using them to your advantage, or just sitting with them and being cool with having the feeling. That's what it's, no, Liz, a lot of people think it's tinnitus, but it's not. They're actually connected to their guides. They're ringing in their ears. Okay? Yeah, so that's what that is. Yeah, for sure. And it's 333. How cool is that? So that's even better. Good numbers. Good numbers. Yeah. So this week has been intense. It's been extremely intense. And it's going to be, and it's, yes, and he says it's going to continue to be intense through 12/12 and beyond. Now, the winter solstice on the 21st of December, just like last year, is going to be power-packed, okay? It's only can you believe this? It's only 5 weeks away, maybe 5.5 weeks away. The winter solstice is only 5.5 weeks away, and it's 73 degrees right now in Metro Detroit. Crazy, right? But I'll take it, right? I'll take it. But Christmas is not that far away. So the winter solstice on the 21st is going to be absolutely intense AF, okay? It's going to be double last year. And last year was like, boom, right? So next year, like I've said before, it's almost a double quantum leap. Almost a double quantum leap year, which means this year was intense. And a lot of things happened to me, this year has been a WTF year. Like, I don't understand all the things that happened with my body, with everything. It's like, what the heck happened? I don't get it. But I know why they're tuning me for Hawaii. Okay, they're getting all my stuff taken care of in Hawaii. Because Monday I had another colonoscopy 7 months later after my first one from Dr. Crazy Nandy from Channel 7. And, who's a quack. And I got a real doctor now. So he had to go in and find out exactly what was going on. Well, if you've ever had a colonoscopy, it sends you out of sorts. So again, on top of everything else this week, it's been challenging. It's been challenging, right? And it's going to be challenging for us in a good and positive way, not always negative, right? Again, I know Spirit says many, many times a human has a hard time accepting the good in the challenge. Okay? They think of it as being negative because that's what they've been taught over centuries, over lifetimes, he says. All right? So it is super, super important that we stay conscious, that we ask out loud, we talk to our guides, that we make sure that we are feeling it, good or bad. When we get the nudge to do something, to get outside, to be in nature, to be in whatever, go swimming, right? Go to the gym, whatever it might be, do it. Do it. Because you're being guided to do those kinds of things. When you get random thoughts, say, Spirit, why am I thinking about whatever you're thinking about? Just pop into your head. See? Again, if you can think about something for 17 seconds, you can manifest it. But I'll tell you what, my brain, click, 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 it does. I can't hold anything for 17 seconds unless I am in the shower, usually, or brushing my teeth, putting stuff on my face, right? Hey, Christine. Is the only time because I'm not thinking about anything. I'm just thinking about getting done, right? Hey, Gia. Yeah. So pick your time, Spirit says. Pick your times, right? Because for me to sit down and be quiet, which is fine, but to connect with Source, with Spirit, I find it difficult to do that. I'm not getting, I don't know what it is, how it is. I have to be led. I have to be guided. Yeah. See? So this week, we're on the precipice of good and evil, Spirit says. Okay? Good and bad. Right? Having to make that decision. Okay? Am I willing to let this go? Am I willing to let this go where I think too much, where I don't disengage, that I don't do what's good for me, that I drink less alcohol, that I eat better food, that I stop smoking weed or doing drugs, whatever it might be, right? Something that's actually hurting your body, okay? Because they're trying to upgrade you, chimes, and for some people they're having a hard time. Now, I did talk to a young man who I believe is 23. And he was having a hard time connecting with his clairvoyancy. He's been clairvoyant since he was a child, but he didn't know how to connect with it. He did mushrooms, and his clairvoyancy is 100% clear. I don't get that, but I understand how mushrooms now play a part in some people's ascension. Ascension, yeah. And they don't do them. They don't do them to continue their ascension. They're guided to do them when they're starting their ascension. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Sherry, letting go of sugar is hard. It's very, very hard. I mean, with my IBS stuff and things like that, when you can't eat anything, especially stuff that's bad, you learn to live without it, or you put it in cakes and stuff like that, breads, things like that, which I make from scratch. So, but I probably eat 80% less sugar than I did before. Yeah. So again, it is. I know Spirit says tell Sherry that she'll get it. Okay, that she'll get it. Okay, when it no longer tastes good to you, because that's what they basically do. Is they change what we like to taste. Right? They change it, and so all of a sudden you're going, well, I've liked that my entire life. Why don't I like it anymore? Well, some people say, well, your taste buds switch out every 7 years. Well, this is ascension, right? This is ascension, and we're all going to go through that metamorphosis of becoming people that we weren't before. okay? Because it's going to happen, right? It's going to happen if you know it or not. They would rather you be conscious of it and not get down on yourself and go to the doctor or whatever and say, oh my God, I'm losing my mind, Bill. Oh my God, I'm in such a place. No, stop. Stop. You know, like I have a family member who lost another job and she's keeping herself from being depressed, but she's not doing anything with the depression. And you can't do that. Hey, Laura, you can't do that, right? Hey, Susan, everything that is inside you that is ready to come out, you're suppressing. And I told her today, well, guess what? You need to make sure that you're conscious of that. And she's never going to do it. But it's exactly what happens. Hey, Jolene. Yeah. You know, that as you go forward into things, you're going to shift. As you go into things, the stuff that you like to eat, like to drink, like to do, completely change. Completely change. Your friends, see ya. You know, your family, see ya. The food you like to eat, see ya. You know, you'll eat less meat, you'll eat less dairy, you'll eat less of everything. You know, because they're trying to get you into the track of where it's easier for you to be it's easier for you, they're talking so fast, I'm trying to keep up, and it doesn't happen today. It keeps you from being light enough in energy and in body, what is that? Body denseness. Hey, Chrissy. All right? To be able to be portaled from place to place, because that will happen. 2030 should be the start of it. So we've got a big, I'd say 7 years of growth coming. And it's only going to get better, Spirit says. It's only going to be, I know. He says, it's only going to get better. He says, and tell them this. When you get to a certain point in your ascension, all right? When you get to a certain point in your ascension, hear that? Everything will change. Not subtly, he says. Okay? Because they need you to be ready. And a lot of that will have to do with this. Okay? They're growing your brain as we speak, Spirit says. Okay? If you get tingles on the top of your head, on the left side of your head, on your crown chakra, things like that, those are all connections to them. It is growth. Okay? It'll come out of the blue. All right? Just all of a sudden, your left side of your head will start to tingle. That's because they're connecting the neurons and things together so that you can be clairvoyant in the future, right? That this right here will take place of this right here. We will no longer be emotional based, Spirit says. We will be psychically based, connecting to Spirit, connecting to the universe, connecting to all of it that's above us, the divine, let's say. Yeah. Say so as we go through that transformation, we'll still love, Spirit says. You'll still love, you'll still do all the things, but this gets us in trouble, he says. That gets human in trouble because of past lives, but also things that you carried into this lifetime and also the experiences of this lifetime. Right? And the people that might watch Coaching for the Soul now or in the future that are in their 20s or in their teens and soon to be 20s, whatever, they're starseeds. They didn't bring half the stuff that we brought from past lives. And the children being born now, they come clear and clean. I mean, my gosh. You look at a child who's 4 years old, 5 years old, and it's like, oh my God. They are so godly, so universal, just sparkle, right? And they're sassy, and they know, right? And the parents are like, oh, I don't understand that. Well, guess what? He might be 4 years old, but he knows way more than you. So get on that program. Get on that. You know, again, getting yourself ready to understand those children that you have or your grandchildren, right? Because they're going to move you up no matter what. No matter what. This is a prime week for the WTF. It's WTF mantra for the week. Because what the hell, right? All this stuff happens in the same in the same week. So Liz says, what are the littles? Still star seeds? What are the littles? I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that. Yeah. So Laura says, what a roller coaster ride has been this week. Wow. I feel like I'm riding a huge horse. Yeah. It's we're riding that energy. Okay? And that energy is a roller coaster. It's ebb and flow. And the young kids got you. They're all still star seeds. Oh yeah. Trust me. Any child born after 2000, but I've had children that I've seen, that I've talked to, that were born in 98, 90, 99, maybe 97, even 96. They're connected to spirit. But star seeds after 2000 are on point intensely in the last 5, 6, 7 years. Okay, since 2012, that's when the energy shifted from masculine energy of 2,000 years to feminine energy for 2,000 years. Okay, and they're all here to change the world. They know more than any of us know, and they come with no baggage. Spirit says, if they do, it's very little baggage, and parents don't know. Parents don't know what to do with them, because they look at them looking at them as being talking back, being spirits is being little shits, right? And parents are wondering, how come he can't say, how can? Yeah, that's because they're grown. They're grown. And parents have to understand that. What's going on right now in the universe, going on the planet, is that these children are not the normal 3-year-olds. They're not the normal 4-year-olds at all. They're not us. They're not us at all. They're not even my nieces and nephews, right? And we have to look at that and go, okay, I understand that's my grandchild. Oh my gosh, I understand that that's my niece, that's my nephew, whatever. Yeah. So Kelly says, it's amazing all the small children that come up and are drawn to the crystals. Exactly. They already know what they are. Exactly. And they have no training at all. They know what that is, what that is, what that is. Yes. Very much so. Very much so. See, they come with the knowledge, Spirit says. We came with knowledge of past lives. They come with knowledge of their futures. They come with knowing what crystals are. They know about the vibration. They know about the energies. And many, many times, like I told a woman today, I said, you really have to make sure that if your children, I think they were younger than 6, if your children are talking to you about stuff that is different, ask them to expound. Honey, what do you mean? What do you mean about that? I said, and then document it, because those children are still connected 100% to the universe. Connected. Okay? They're channeling, just boom. Mommy, you know about the alien? Blah, 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 blah. Exactly. Hey, Paula. Yeah. See? So it's super, super important that we understand, I understand it totally, that those children are gifts from spirit. They're gifts from the universe. And the last thing we want to do is shut them down. But the dumb muggles will do that with their children, okay? Until they realize that through changes on the planet, right? Through vibrational changes, through frequency changes, through the world changing that we see every day, that, oh my God, what's this awakening? Oh my God, what's this? I've had people get in church with me, they're like between 40 and 50 years old at times, and they're still like, what the mug is going on? I don't get it. I got your name from so-and-so, and I don't understand. What the heck? And then you kind of do a little reading there, and they're like, that's fascinating to me, but my heart is this big. Of course. See? Because you got to get on that horse. You got to get on the bandwagon, because they're going to need you to explain to the masses your story. That's what this is all about, everybody. Is they're going to use us to teach the masses about our journey. That's why when I say to people, I even say it here. Hey, Michelle, even say it here, that when we get to 23 and beyond, 24, 25, all right, it'll be a whole new world. And you're going to be called upon in right place, right time to tell your story. This is my journey to who I am today. Because people are going to ask you, well, how did you get from here to who you are now? Well, this is how I did it. Oh my God, that feels like me. Because that's what it's going to be about. Because they need someone to follow. All right? They need someone to follow. And everyone that's on the planet is going to have a story. Big time. And you're going to need to express that journey to maybe a crowd of people, at a party, at an event, whatever it might be. And Spirit says, and be emboldened in that, knowing that, okay, I'm supposed to do this because I feel in my heart, I'm supposed to tell you my journey when they ask, how did you get to be like this? How did this happen? I'm feeling some of it too. So what was your journey about? Or what steps did you take? Or whatever. What I did with them. That's why I'm such a firm believer in asking and talking and having a conversation. Because that is so important. Hey, Heidi, that is so important to you opening up that channel. Instead of them bopping you in the head and going, yo, dummy, listen. Asking about the frequencies that you're hearing in your ears. Asking about the clicking in your ears. Asking about the visions you get in your mind. Be it sentences, be it pictures, all kinds of different things. Spirit, what is that right there? What is that right there? Yeah. Hey, Kenitha, how have you been? I haven't seen you for a while. Yeah. See? So they want you to be curious, Spirit says. I want you to be curious. I want you to be to understand who you are. I want you to dig deeper. I want you to understand that it's not all bad that's in there. It's not all bad that's in there. It's not all bad that's in there, he keeps saying. Okay? That's just what's on top. Why? So you can release it. Through guided meditation, through conversations with us, for going for a walk, swimming in a pool, whatever it might be that they guide you to do. And if they're not guiding you, then you go, okay, what makes sense to me? Lee goes swimming at least once a week at the pool at the gym for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. He comes back home and he's a different person because he's like all that he needs to be in the water because he's an earth sign, right? He's a Virgo. I'm not a big fan of going in a pool. I'm going to the beach, but I ain't going in the water. I just want to be by the water. That's the Capricorn. See? But for him to lose his energy, because he's a double Virgo, which is really intense, that is how he does it. And he knows that. See? So whatever it takes, that's what you have to allow yourself to do. So Nancy says she's been connecting with friends who are walking the similar path. Exactly. We are on a similar journey, and then it cuts up because it says see more. So yeah, that's what will happen, is that people will come into your life who are going through the same exact thing. Like I've talked to people in the last couple of weeks, and I've talked about this program right here, okay? Be it on YouTube or be it live, right? Or be it on my Bill Clairvoyant Facebook page. I said, the tribe on all three is amazing. I said, and what you will find if you watch the live broadcast is that people will answer other people's questions. All right? Hey, Paula, right? They will, if you're on the Facebook page, they will click on stuff and comment on stuff, and that's how you get to know each other. Because again, if you're thinking the same thing, then you click their like. And so many people look at Facebook and never like anything. Like you have to like it, you have to heart it, whatever you got to do, because that energy you're putting into that, they bring you more. They bring you more. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. The more that you put out there in energy that's positive, the more you come back that's positive. That's what it's all about. See? And the more that you do that, the higher your vibration, the higher your frequency, right? And you have less crazy days and depressed days or whatever days, less normal days, and you have better days. You can understand things more. Why? Because your vibration is higher, right? They can connect you easier. Right now, my left ear is ringing like zzz. This one's not. Why? Because this is my side that's connected to spirit. Yeah, yeah. Liz says, did you ever start your new group? I got to do that. Time goes so fast, it's ridiculous. I started the Coaching for the Soul group, only I didn't like it, so I deleted it before I introduced it. I have to do a page that is separate from my Bill Hobart, Bill Clairvoyant page, and I'm not sure really how to do that. So I've got to take some time and do it. Hey, Mary. But that would be something that I definitely is on the books. It's something that I want to do. But it's just time goes so fast. And I will be honest, if it's the right time to do it, they'll tell me to do it. They'll make it so I have time and put it in my head where, okay, Bill, you got to start the page. Okay. So, yeah. But it's something that I definitely am interested in doing. But like I said, the first one that I did, I didn't care for. I didn't like the way that it was. And so I deleted it. So yeah, that's why I didn't roll it out to anybody. You know, my computer person and I were like, no, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And I just deleted it one day. She's like, well, did you delete your page? I'm like, yeah. She goes, well, that was weird. I'm like, they told me to delete it. It's not what I wanted. I want it to be separate from my personal pages. Yeah. So, but it's true. If you like, if you heart, if you do things on the Bill Clairvoyant page or on YouTube or on here, yeah. All that energy builds. All that energy raises your vibration. In fact, I think Tammy's doing something tomorrow on 11/11. Not sure what it is in the Spiritual Journey Playground page. So if you're part of that, she's doing it tomorrow. And it's going to be on that page also, I believe, for more than just tomorrow. But if you get a chance, if you're not on the page, let me know. And or you can just join yourself by going to My Spiritual Playground and ask to join. Because, again, she does these calibration things which are off the friggin' charts. I mean, I don't know how she does it. I think she's amazing. I don't get it. I just participate in it, right? I've learned over time. This is where my age comes in. It's just I don't need to understand it. Is that what I'm going to do? I just want to absorb it. I want to be part of it. So I will be there tomorrow, live, of course, trying to absorb and kind of get everything that's going on. But I believe it's going to be there. I'm not sure for how long, but I know it will be there tomorrow and a little bit after. So check it out, right? Because it's free. I believe it's free. And it's what it's all about. It's what it's all about, you know. So anything that's free, do, all right? Anything that's free, do. If it shows up or somebody tells you about it, do it. Put it on your calendar, set a timer, whatever. Whatever you got to do it, okay? If you can. And if you can't do it, when it's live, there's plenty of people who look at Coaching for the Soul on Thursday at 3 o'clock, and but there's a lot of people who don't. They watch it on YouTube. Yeah. So however it comes to you, you have to make a point to participate in that. So Sherry said, it's a thing will only be up for a day. It's 11/11 tomorrow. Okay. I thought in the email it said that it'd be there for another couple of days. But if Sherry's part of all of our groups, I think so. Tomorrow, okay. I know I'll be there at 11/11. So it'll be interesting to see what it's all about. I don't think I have any readings tomorrow. I'll have readings tomorrow at 11 o'clock. I think I do. We have to change that. So anyway, guys, that hour went fast. Any questions, let me know. 248-310-7689. You can text me. Readings every day, of course. I'm doing Saturday readings this week. If you guys want a reading, check it out. BillHobart.com. Element membership, coaching membership packages. Still on the website. People are gradually getting closer to those kinds of things. The coaching is pretty cool, and you get time with me every single month. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. I love to watch people's progression. Love to see who they were when they started and when they decide to end, where they're at. So Still doing readings every week, every day. Saturday, this week I'm doing readings. Element packages, I'm already over here in my head. That's kind of weird that I've just left my parts of my body. That's kind of wild. So guys, if everybody would please, I'm going to post this right now at 4 o'clock on my YouTube channel. If you'd please go to my YouTube channel at Bill Hobart and like the video. And if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe. Hit the bell so that you get notifications on when I posted something. And leave a little comment, even if it's just hi Bill, because that's how YouTube uses their algorithms to send the videos out to other people. Okay, I had one video that got over 700 views. All right, that's the most I've ever gotten, and it's because of you guys. So please do that if you wouldn't mind. Today, tomorrow, the next day, if you could leave yourself a note, say go to, I got a like Coaching for the Soul, whatever it is, I would really appreciate it. But leaving the comment is important because I need you guys to help me grow the channel. Okay, so namaste, everybody. I love you all, and if you need anything, let me know. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Thursdays at 3, Coach for the Soul.